Hi guys, my name is Yemisi and I film about language, lifestyle, and my real life experiences. Welcome to this channel, you guys. This topic today is so funny. Finding love in France as a Nigerian. I need to clear my throat a bit because it's so funny. People think about France as the city of love, the magical city. When you look at Paris and you see videos on Instagram, these people getting proposed to on the in front of the Eiffel Tower. You see the fireworks, you see everything. France has this reputation of the city of love, which is true because French people, they have a culture that promotes love. As a Nigerian, where I say I'm not a man of love. I don't know why you say this thing. I'm a man of love. I'm a woman of love, actually. No, but seriously, like talking about finding love in France. As a Nigerian, first of all, Nigerians, we have our official language as English. Now, falling in love with somebody when you arrive France, if you're meeting a French person, if you're meeting a francophone person, someone that is non-Nigerian or non-anglophone, because I mean there are Ghanaians in France, there are people that speak English, there are South Africans in France. So coming here is like when you meet someone that doesn't speak English, how do you navigate your love life? Or when you keep meeting people, that speak more French than English, how do you navigate your love life? I know people that actually go the extreme, to get, translators where they can put it on their ear. So whenever the person is talking in French, they can listen to it in English and respond, in their language. And I know people that are falling in love through that method. And that is not bad, actually. That is actually really good. That's effort. That's them being open. But Nigerians, or my fellow Nigerians, or my fellow Anglophone people, or my fellow South Africans, or Ghanaians, or English speakers, how do you guys find it easy to fall in love with people that don't speak your language? Especially if you don't know how to speak French. Mind you, if you think I don't speak French, I speak French, okay? I am a Frenchie. I'm a French girl already. If I do say so myself, I speak French. But when it comes to culture, I feel like culture is a big part of dating. If you are not ready, if you're not open to actually like opening your mind up to meeting people from different cultures that is different from yours, you may actually never find love in France. That's a bitter truth because I feel like when you come to a place, a new country, I feel like you should have an openness to actually learn, unlearn, and relearn new things. And that includes love. The way love is done or love is acted in your own culture, from wherever you come from, I feel like when you come to a country like France, you have to literally learn, unlearn, and learn certain things. Now for me personally, I don't know if I should speak personally or I should just speak on generally in general terms. So I think I'll speak on general terms. So coming to France is like, I feel like as a Nigerian, if you want to meet a fellow Nigerian or date a fellow Nigerian or find love with a fellow Nigerian, I feel like the best way to do that is not even dating apps. Because I don't know, people might have met themselves on dating apps. Like, I don't feel, for me personally, I've come to a conclusion that I would prefer a real life organic meeting to dating apps. Like people have different good stories on Instagram. Like when you look on social media, you see there's this glamorizing of dating apps. People talking about I met my spouse on this dating app. I met my guy on this dating app. Like which is not bad. Like everybody does that. It works for some people, it doesn't work for some people. Me personally, I prefer like organic meeting. I prefer meeting somebody face to face and getting to know them in person. And as a Nigerian, finding love, can be really tough. Like when I first came as a student, I remember I was so focused on my studies. I was so focused on immersing myself in the culture, getting my French, to a very profound level. Like, I was busy with things like looking for an internship at the end of my studies. And love was not really like a big thing, to be honest. And when you're done with school and you're working and you want to focus on other things, you start thinking of, okay, I think now I'm ready for a relationship. I think now I'm ready to put myself up and meet new people. I feel like the best way to do that, and really like today, I feel like most of the Nigerian communities in France are really doing a great job when it comes to organizing hangouts or organizing meetups. And now this is like summer period, so in this period, a lot of people organize different activities. There's, picnics, there are like barbecue hangouts. There's like just, random hangouts. There are trips. People are organizing trips to travel to different countries. So like in summer is really cool. And I feel like in order to find love in France, the best thing is to actually step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone is like, for example, if you're an introvert or you naturally do not like talking to people or you naturally do not like being around a lot of people, you have to come out of your comfort zone to actually meet people and get to know people. Because aside dating or aside finding love, these people you meet may actually, be a stepping stone for you to doing other things, even if it doesn't fall into love. So I feel like the networking part is really important, and going out really helps. I remember like when I first came, really like I used to go out only with the people I knew, like my friends, my girls, like, my classmates that I knew. I didn't really want to socialize or over socialize where it's like I'm literally just going to any hangout. Any hangout I hear about, I'm like already there. No, I didn't used to do that. Even now, like I only go to hangouts where it's like I know the people, or I feel like, yeah, I like this, set of people, if you get what I mean. So like really dating in France, it's really like you have to put yourself out there, put yourself out of the comfort zone, and yeah, just really like immerse yourself in a at a point where it's like, okay, I want to meet new people, I will meet new people, and I would make an effort to actually keep connections with new people. And dating people from other cultures, this is really dicey because, to be honest, I do not know the future. Obviously, I'm not married. I'm not yet married, so I don't know yet. Maybe I will come to this channel one day and present my husband to you guys and be like, "Hi guys, meet my husband." And the husband may now not be a Nigerian. You guys, to be honest, I feel like dating people from other cultures, especially people from the francophone culture, we are like, I'm an African, obviously, like we are all Africans, and I meet people from like I'm Anglophone. Anglophone is like people that are from Africa, but we are like the English speaking Africa, right? And then there's the French speaking Africa. When I meet people from I don't know which country should I should say now. Let me just generalize. When I meet somebody from a francophone culture, compared to a Nigerian culture, we are so different. Like we are so different. And before you meet a francophone person that actually thinks like a Nigerian or is like a Nigerian, it's so rare, right? We have similarities, right? We have some similarities when it comes to culture, African culture, where we have similarities, but there are some differences, and those differences can be very cultural. So it's like in Nigeria we have different languages, different way of life, and then you meet another African and they have a very completely different way of life and different culture and different, like, we have similarities, yes, but like those differences can actually make or marry you from actually building a relationship with that person. So for me, it's just, it still comes back to learning and unlearning and trying to relearn new things. So for me, it's like being exposed to other cultures is, something that has to be really intentional. But for me, I've tried and I've come to the conclusion that being with a francophone person, the only exception, because to every rule there's an exception, the only exception that will make me to be with a francophone person would be if that person is extremely open, extremely outgoing, extremely like the way, like I feel like Nigerians or the way we are built, I feel like we have just this very way, or maybe personally, I don't know. I am a person, I'm very like, I'm now very open, I'm very expressive, I'm very how will I say, if I meet somebody that is trying to not make me expressive in what I believe in, I feel like it's not going to work. And when you meet some men in the Francophone culture, I'm not trying to generalize now. Some, I said some men, they are very cultural, and I'm like, we are gonna have issues. So for me, I feel like it's really, really tricky, right? And if I say I want to date a French person, I'm just thinking out loud. If I want to date a French person, like a real French person, like I mean French, like a Macron type of person, if I want to date a French person, it's take a lot. First, you have to be a Christian. The most practiced religion in France is Catholicism or Catholicism or Catholic. You guys, what is somebody that is a Catholic? You guys, please tell me in the comments what you think. I don't want to open my dictionary. I want you guys to help me. Okay, so back to what I was saying. If I want to date a French person now, the person has to be extremely open. The person has to believe in God. Because to be honest, like these days, you can meet people and they may actually not believe in any supreme being. They may actually have a belief that there is no supreme being. So it's like, okay, if I meet this person, do you believe in God? Like, what is your view about God? Because for me, God is like very important for me. God is like number one. It's like if I meet you, do you love God? So that's like one question that is like a question mark for me. So it's like, what are your values really? What do you value in life? What are the things you uphold? What are your core values? What do you think are your standards, for life? How do you live your life? I really want to see that. In terms of the language, I'm fine because I speak French, I breathe French, I eat French, like French is all over me. So I don't have a problem when it comes to the language. But in terms of culture, it's like, am I ready to open myself up? Am I ready to learn this person's culture? Because like the French has their own culture, the French people have their culture, they have their history. Like I said in my previous video, yes, I have an idea of like the history of France, of the French culture. I have knowledge about that. So it's like learning about the person's family, learning about things that has to do with them. Are they also open to learning things about Nigerian, whatever? Are they open to that? So that for me is like really important before I say, oh, I want to date this person. Regardless of whatever, it just boils down to like finding yourself in an international environment. Like you're not living in a country now where it's just you, that, and maybe just you and the people that like fellow people of the same culture, of the same race as you. Like in Nigeria, I lived around a lot of Nigerians. I lived around a lot of people that were like me. I didn't really see anything that was strange to me, that was outside of what I know. But like living in France, it has opened my eyes to actually learn more things about people from different cultures. There are people from different countries, there are people from different races, different religions. So it's like, how open are you to learn about these people and be able to understand where they are coming from? So for me, that is really important, and that plays a role in dating, or in the dating scene in France. And for me today, I feel like the best for me so far has been being able to network, being able to go out of my way to actually network with people, to actually like learn about other people's culture. And I think for me, I really cannot tell what is going to be the end, right? Because obviously, like I said, I'm not yet married. So at the point where I make a choice, or I make a decision that, okay, this is the person I'm with, one of the things that I would have cross-checked, like I said, their faith, do you believe in God? Their values, those are things that are very important to me, that I feel like for anybody that is dating, whether France or like any country, to be honest, like these are things that are really important. So in France, one thing I've noticed also is the open display of affection, public display of affection rather. So like for example, coming from a country like Nigeria, it's like public display of affection was not really a thing. I didn't see people kissing in buses. People are too stressed to actually even show love on the road. Who is showing you love? Talomba is she love? When I say Talomba is she love is who is playing love with you. In Nigeria, it's like I didn't really see a lot of that outside. People don't kiss openly. People are not hugging. I don't know, maybe now people do that, but like when I moved to France, literally even their greeting style is like, peck on your cheek. Like that was a bit new to me too. So it's like I see everyday people are displaying their affection publicly. Nobody's scared to actually show their love. If you're in love with, like, you can be walking down the street and you just see two people kissing. I'm like, oh, that must be nice. I'm not a hater, but then it's like you see these things and it's like, wow, people are actually proud to show their love, which is something that is like, okay, this is nice. So it's like when you find yourself in a relationship, you're not scared also to actually show your love to the person you're dating. So it's like a thing, everywhere. So for me, the dating culture is like really different. The dating scene is really different from what I knew back in Nigeria. But I feel like if you're a single person in France, when I say single, I don't know why I'm advising singles in France. For me, it's like if you're single, that means you're not married. Like you can be in a relationship here, but you're not you're married. Because when you're filling a form and they're asking what is your status or what they call that thing, what is your marital status? You click you tick single. So like it's either you're single or married. They don't always have a space for in a relationship. That is one hard truth I actually came to realize in this couple of days. And I feel like I've been asking myself the question about okay, so when you're in a relationship, do you consider yourself single or you're just like I'm in a relationship, so you and your partner you know you're in a relationship and the world knows you're in a relationship, but why are they not acknowledging you're in a relationship when you want to do administrative stuff? Why are they not acknowledging the part of you can be with somebody? Like why are you putting single, married, divorce? Like why is there no space for I'm in a relationship? Why? I don't know. I think I've been thinking about that like for quite a while now. So that's why when I'm talking here, when I say if you're not married, you're single. If you're not single, you're married. So yeah, either of the two. I don't know. I think it's just being more like a realist, really. Like, yes, we respect your relationship, but in the grand scheme of things, it's like do we consider those kind of people still single? I don't know. But seriously, that's just like another debate for another day that I'm not ready for right now. So, but back to what I was saying, in terms of romance, like a city like Paris, Paris does not sleep, like they say. So you have all the time in the world to actually like, explore your love, explore your dating, explore everything you want. But like for me, I feel like it really boils down to patience and being thorough. Everybody has a right to choose. You have a right to choice. You have a right to pick what you want for yourself. Whatever choice you're making, you have to be very sure and solid in that choice. And you must know your why. And the why can either be backed up by facts or by discernment of your spirit. And discernment is more likely spiritual than more like than your feelings. It's not about what you feel, it's about your discernment. What does your spirit say? What is God saying? So I feel like it still boils down to patience, it boils down to unlearning, relearning, and learning new things, trying to like break down those walls of stipulated ideas, like things that you already knew before. Like this is what I feel, this is what I think. You have to be really, ready to learn new things and open yourself up to new things. So for me, that's just it. I feel like the dating life in France generally requires a lot of patience, especially as a Nigerian girl. It requires a lot of patience. You have to be patient. You have to know that yes, it's gonna happen one day. And to be honest, I feel like that's just my take. If you rush things, if you rush in, you will rush out. Let's just keep it like that. If you rush in, you will rush out. So it's good to take your time, it's good to be patient, it's good to know what you're doing, it's good to know why you're making this choice. So for me, so far I've learned to not rush into things. I've learned rather to take my time to really understand things better, to have a very broad view, to be able to make a decision, not just to rush into something or jump into something just because everybody's doing it. So it's like, yeah. So for me, I feel like love is a beautiful thing, and finding love in France has really been a journey. It has been something that's, yeah, it has been an interesting journey because I've met different people, I've spoken to different people, I've understood different people, and it's just like at the end of the day, your person is your person. So yeah. Any Nigerian that is watching this, if you're a Nigerian or like a, I don't know, if you're watching this video right now, let me know if you have found the dating scene in France really fascinating. Like, what's your take on dating in France or finding love in France? I really want to know. Like, what do you think? Has it been easy for you? I want to know, like, how has it been? You know, was it hard for you? Are you married now? Did you find your spouse in France? Was it good? Like, did you find the person through a hangout? Did you guys meet at a hangout or like an open place or a public event? I want to know how you guys met each other in France. I want to know how you found your love in France. Share with me in the comments. I want to know your thoughts on this topic, finding love in France. Has it been an easy ride for you? And has it been rather the opposite for you? Let me know in the comment section. If you've not yet subscribed, please click on the subscribe button below and subscribe to my channel. If you have watched up to this point, thank you guys for watching my video every time I publish one. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And I'll be happy to read your comments. Yeah, so see you guys in the next episode. I remain your girl, Yemi C. And thank you guys for watching my video today. And yeah, cheers to love. I love you guys. Have a nice day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you guys next week in my next video. Thank you for watching and love you guys. Bye.